Well, this new year is an opportunity to reflect and recharge as you plot the course for the next year and a new you. And as lots of people's New Year's resolutions fall by the wayside, you can be someone who stays on course to achieve your goals.
We believe in you. Dr. Shyla Murgain is back with us today talking about the science of behavior change and how to make resolutions that stick. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Happy New Year. So last Friday was known as Quitters Day. We don't want to be quitters, right? So we need to set our intentions as a roadmap.
Absolutely. Think about it's a great time to recommit to those goals and think about your future self. A year from now, what will you be doing? How will you be feeling? What kinds of things will you feel really proud of that you achieved? And think about encapsulating it maybe in a word, like my word this year is health. And that can provide some of that guidance you need to keep on track as you recommit to really becoming the best you.
I love that, coming up with a word.
Yes, easy to remember that too. How important is it to have a plan when you start out so that you aren't just throwing something at the wall hoping it sticks?
Yeah. It's really important to narrow it down to 1 to 3 goals and then think about making the goal SMART. So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant to you, and time-based. So setting a goal a week or 2 ahead, because that way it allows you to say, I didn't make it or I made it, and you can adjust, and that provides that fuel to keep going.
And we need to keep focused on the next stretch in the road.
Absolutely. Post visual reminders, bring in the support team, those cheerleaders that can encourage you. And it's really important to plan for those roadblocks or obstacles. So if this happens, then I'll do this to get back on track. And when we anticipate it ahead of time, we're much more likely to overcome any challenges that arise.
Yeah. And it's important to note those roadblocks happen for everyone. It's not going to be a smooth process.
Right. 90% of people have fallen by their goals have fallen by the wayside, so you're not alone. And success isn't always having just achievement, but it's picking yourself back up, recommitting, getting that support. And I encourage people to find people who have already achieved this in their life, interview them, read books about that. They'll have some hidden nuggets that maybe you hadn't thought of that you can implement as you keep going.
So important to have that support system. So let's talk a little bit more about when you do kind of fall by the wayside, what can you do to give yourself that confidence to get back into it?
Yeah, don't beat yourself up. Like weight loss, when people are criticizing themselves, they tend to not get the kind of success. So show yourself grace, encourage yourself, and then just set a small goal and then just do it, and that can build that kind of momentum, motivation, excitement, and maybe even adjust the goal if you feel like, maybe this is something I want to do next year.
I really love this idea though of having the word for yourself, what makes sense for you, and can you stick to it is the most important thing.
That stick-to-itness is important.
So always some great advice, Shyla. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.